So in this video, I'm going to show you how to upload your videos to Tri-County Technical College's Microsoft 365 Stream application. Use that to close caption your videos and then insert that into your Blackboard course. This is a way of ensuring that your lecture videos are handicap accessible for any of your students who might be hearing impaired or deaf. This will also allow you to ensure that your lecture videos are responsive, which I will explain what that means as we go. So the first thing that you're going to do is, hopefully you have looked at the video on how to use Screencast-O-Matic. If not, go back and look at that. That's a free app for screencasting. You can use that video to record video segments up to 15 minutes. Best practice is to shoot for about 10 minutes per segment. That may require that you break a longer lecture into smaller segments, but in all reality for online instruction, more than about 10 minutes and you've probably lost the attention of your students. So let's get started on how we do this. First off, I'm going to go down to my Chrome browser. We do recommend for Blackboard that you use Chrome versus some of the other applications that you can use. I'm going to go to portal, if I can spell correctly, .microsoft.com. That is going to take me to the window to log in. It's probably, yep, it's going to take me to my USC email. I don't want that one. We're going to use our Tri-County email to log into that application. Should take us to our organizational sign-in page. You'll use your email and your password to log in. Click sign in. It's going to ask if you want to stay signed in. If it's your personal laptop, it is perfectly fine to do that. If it's not, click no. If it's a public computer, you don't want to stay signed in. So we're going to click yes. This is my personal laptop. It may take you to this. That's okay. You're going to click over on the left-hand side. If Stream doesn't show here, we can click All Apps. This is going to actually show you all of the applications that you have available through your Microsoft 365 account. We're going to, in this case, go down to Stream. And click on Stream, and you're probably going to see a big picture right here of one of the videos. Oh, yep, there's Foster. We're going to scroll down a little bit here. You can see several different things, options here. You are going to see different videos. They're called trending videos. These are videos that have already been uploaded within our organization and are showing up in different areas. Now, hopefully you already have some videos recorded. If you haven't, then this will be the next step after you record your lecture videos using a tool like Screencast-O-Matic or some other screencasting option. In order to use this, we're going to go to the Upload Video option here under Create. Again, this is in Microsoft Stream. You'll see here on the top left-hand side, we do have the Stream label here, so we're in the right place. We're going to go to Upload Video, and it's going to take us here. If you have it open somewhere, the file name, you can drag it here, or we'll just click Browse. I tend to just click on the Browse button. I think it's easier. I know that my video I'm going to look at today is in the Blackboard Help articles. I'm going to go into my video tutorials, and I'm going to pull up this one. It's relatively short. It should work for us pretty well. This is one that I did for students on how to log in. You're going to notice it's uploading here. It is going to bring up a title here. You do want to make sure the title is correct, the name is correct. You can add a description if you want to. A brief introduction on how to log into Blackboard through Tri-County Technical College's online platform. Video language needs to be English. It will eventually process a thumbnail for it. Permissions, you're going to say my groups. That's fine. You can leave that how it is. And then under options, you want to make sure the default should be to auto-generate caption file. You do want to leave that. I generally turn off the comments and the people. Those don't need to be there. But you want to make sure that you have an auto-generate caption file for that. Once that's done, we're going to come over and click Publish. Now this is going to go to your content. What we're going to do next is go over here to the My Content tab. We're going to click the drop down and we're going to go to Videos. Now you're going to notice there's a login to Blackboard at Tri-County Technical College. This is the one that is currently uploading. You'll see some other videos that I've already worked on here. So in this case, I'm going to come over here. You can click on that. You've got several different options here. You can download it from another device. You can share it. The next thing I actually want to show you, though, is update video details. If you need to change any of this information, this is where you're going to do that, including choosing your thumbnail. So if you want to change the view for the thumbnail, it gives you several different options, or you can actually choose one from your desktop. So if you have a screenshot or something you want to add, you can do it within that. If you make any of those changes, you're going to click Apply. Now, you'll notice here, let me turn that off, there's the ability to add interactivity. It does not yet have the option of closed captioning because it hasn't finished processing that. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go back to a previous version of this, since that one's not done processing. And I'm going to show you what this looks like with the transcript, because I want to show you how to actually go in and make adjustments to the transcript. The transcript is the closed captioning file that goes with the video itself. Microsoft 365 Stream will automatically transcribe and add closed captioning to your video. So I'm going to turn off the audio here for the video, and I'm going to hit play. If you have a student who is hearing impaired, this is the experience they're getting from the video, which is utterly useless. This is not going to be of any value to them. If I click on closed captioning on, now they can actually see the closed captioning in real time. So you can still interact with the video in a meaningful way. They're getting content out of it. That's why this is so important. They can see it, they can tell what's going on. Now, if you come in here, it's very important that you look at this, that you read through that transcript and you make sure that it's correct. One example of that is that initially it did not say as well as the ETC page. It actually had this misspelled, and it was the E, separate word, TC. So it had misspelled that. It had put it as like 2 or 3 separate words, and it didn't actually match up with what was on the screen. Now, to change that, you simply come up here to the Edit Transcript, this pencil. You click on that. You click on the section that you need to edit. You make changes. So if I want to come over here and capitalize Blackboard, I just do that. I hit Save. Once that's done, I come up here and hit the check mark, and now it's corrected. So when they go in and see it, and it may take it a few minutes to process that change, but eventually it will automatically correct that within the closed captioning here on the screen itself. Now again, it does take a few minutes for this to process. The longer the video, the longer it takes to transcribe this. You can upload a video to YouTube, but it's only about 75 to 80% accurate. Microsoft Stream is significantly more accurate than YouTube. It tends to be about 90 to 95% accurate. It is important that you speak very clearly, that you speak slowly enough for it to be able to understand what you're saying, and you do need to go back and reread it and make sure that it's accurate. In addition to that, it adds an additional level of security. YouTube does not allow for sole ownership. So when we post things to YouTube, they are no longer solely owned by Tri-County Technical College. They become equally owned by YouTube. So by putting it in Microsoft 365, we have control over who can see it and who can interact with it. So there's a couple of different pieces there that we maintain ownership of the video itself. A lot of people don't realize that once you post something to YouTube, their agreement form when you create an account with them actually says that they take equal ownership of whatever videos you post on their platform. So just keep that in mind if you're posting things there. In addition to that, if you're pulling from YouTube, you are more than welcome to use lecture videos from other instructors and that kind of thing, but you do need to look at the closed captioning and make sure that they're accurate. You cannot change closed captions on another instructor's video. You are only allowed to edit closed captions on videos that you have ownership of. So you've got to keep that in mind as well. Now, in order to share these, we're going to go down under the video. There is actually a share link. So I'm going to click on that. and it's going to open up a couple of different options. You can email it, you can just share the link out, but the one that we're going to focus on here is actually the embed link. And there's a couple of different things that we want to look at here. You get a preview of what it's going to look like. We want to make sure that it's responsive. And what that does is it means that if you minimize or you shrink the window, it's actually going to adjust the size rather than it staying the same size and potentially cutting off a large segment of the video. It also means that students can maximize the window. So let's say that the video is 640 by 360. This is not a particularly large window. If a student is visually impaired and the closed captioning is scaled to match that window, the closed captioning might be too small for that visually impaired student to even be able to read. So you're kind of defeating the purpose of the closed captioning by putting it in such a small window. What the responsive allows it to do is actually the student can now make it full screen, make sure that the closed captioning is large enough to make a difference. You can show info if you want to. You don't have to. That's up to you. You'll notice here now the info at the top of the screen is gone. That is entirely a preference piece there. You can make it larger. I tend to like it to 853 by 480. It just kind of plays with the proportions a little bit. That adjusts the code within this embed code box, and then you hit copy. Now, once we've gotten that done, we're going to actually go into Blackboard, and I'm going to log into a course here. And I'm going to go into a Blackboard training course. I can build something out there. It won't affect anything live. I'm going to go into content, and I'm going to come down into a folder here that I can work in. Now, if I go into, just went in a circle. There we go. If I want to actually post this video so that students can see it, I want to build a blank page. You can actually build these directly into your assignments as well. You'll notice this is the same rich text screen that you would see in any assignment or discussion post. So you can post these lecture videos directly into assignments and then attach the assignment content, the directions, everything into one place. I'm just doing it in a page because you can attach multiple things into a page as well. If you look on the right hand side here, you actually have a tile that says HTML. This switches you to what is referred to as HTML code view. I'm going to switch that real quick, and it's just a big blank screen. I'm actually going to come over here, and it won't let you do a paste in this fashion in Blackboard. You actually have to do your Control V, and that's a quick key. So you'll hold Control and push V, and now you'll see that all of that code is there. And I'm going to hit Update. And you'll see that there's just a big yellow box. Anytime you put anything HTML code into Blackboard, it basically creates a placeholder. You're not going to see any of the content within that until you actually go live with this particular page. The nice thing about this as well is it doesn't actually use as much storage within Blackboard, because it's like it's giving you a real-time window into the Microsoft Stream website. So it's not going to create a scenario where you're having to use huge amounts of storage within Blackboard and then potentially having to request an increase in storage in Blackboard itself. So let's say I want students to record a video here, or to watch a video. Okay, so I've got that in there. There's your information here. I'm not sure why we have such a big gap around it, but that's okay. We'll play with that later. Now, if I go down here and do this now, I'll hit Submit, and I'll go down towards the bottom. It should be at the very bottom of the page. I didn't even title it, so that's fine. I'm not worried about that. To see it live, I'm going to turn off my edit mode, and you'll come down, and here is your video. Now, the one catch with doing it through Microsoft Stream is that students actually have to be logged in to their 365 account to view it. So in this situation, if I were to go back to my Microsoft 365 account, and I'll show you what happens here just so you can see it live. I'm going to log out of my Microsoft 365 account. I'm going to refresh this page, and I'm actually going to go back to my courses. Let's go back into that. Hopefully it logged me out in the proper order. I want to come down to that page, and then go down here. Well, it is not logging me out fully, so I'm going to go back to Portal and make sure I'm logged out. Oh, it's because I clicked stay signed in. Let's try this again. I'm going to log out this time around and see if it signs me out properly. Okay, so let's try this again. I want you to see what happens, hopefully. Let's try it from scratch. What will happen is it actually will request you to log in to your Microsoft 365 account. So that's what I was trying to show you, but it may be that my computer is automatically connecting me into my account because I have it open somewhere else. That's very possible. It is. So what will happen is you'll actually have a prompt show up requesting you to log in to your Microsoft 365 account. If students get that, all they have to do is put in their regular email account information, so their email address and their regular password. Once they've done that, they can actually click on the video. It'll start playing. And you'll see it's entirely housed within the video here it's housed within Blackboard. So they can go full screen with it. They can minimize it down. They can turn on or off the closed captioning if they don't want it. It fits within all of those accessibility components that we're looking for. So it really covers everything that we're shooting for there. Again, if you're using Screencast-O-Matic, that allows you for around 15 minutes with the free version. But if you can shoot for 10-minute video segments, that's better. I know that sometimes we lecture longer than that, but if you can break it into segments of 10 minutes and kind of do it that way, that is ideal. That is the down and dirty how to upload your lecture videos, making them as accessible as possible, and also reducing our storage in Blackboard itself. As I said in some other training videos that we're trying to get out with this big push towards e-learning, over the coming weeks we will be pushing out some additional learning videos, some additional training. Hopefully we'll be able to host some additional face-to-face trainings on campus as well, so keep your eyes open for that. We're also planning on having some online help sessions and some open office sessions, some kind of learning lab sessions. So if you run into problems, we're going to try and post some information about that as well. If you run into additional problems, contact the help desk and they can put you in contact with the right person as well. So if you need additional help, you can go to the IT help desk, and then there will also be ongoing information in the COVID-19. So there will be additional information in here as well. So there will be some contact information coming up through the updates in the COVID-19 page here as well. Hopefully that gets you started. And if there's anything else we can do to help, please contact us, let us know, and keep your eyes open for additional resources coming out. Thank you.